Hi, so welcome back. So I've taped off a large sheet of paper and I've made 8 like squares, if you like, and I'm just doing play with watercolour, going round and round, just doing random shapes and splatters and things. And then I've covered it with cling film, and then while the paint's still wet, and then I've taken it to one side and I've dried it with a hairdryer, and then I'll bring it back and show you. I didn't film where I dried it with a hairdryer, the bits in between, so you're just going to have to sort of think to yourself, oh yeah, she must have dried that layer, because I always dry the layers in between. Okay, so I've dried it now and then taken it off, and it's given this lovely frosty marble effect. You've seen me do this technique before, but I've done it over the large sheet this time. And then I'm just taping off, making some like triangles again, just like I did on that small one that I shown you the other day. So this is like an exploration of these Christmas trees still. I'm just using the Christmas tree shape just because it's the festive time of year, really. But I was just exploring different mark making and things like that, and running paints and colours and things into each other. So so I'll speed it up in a minute after I've done this one. And then, so I've just done a triangle in each one, different sizes sometimes, some a little bit on one side and things like that. All with masking tape. Now, it did bleed underneath. And here I'm doing some mark making. This is just a bit of stenciling, all with inside those Christmas tree where I've just taped off, not on the outside. It's not very clear, it's very light. And some splatters and all sorts of things. But these explorations are like really important because it's a different kind of mark making, of scribbling and all sorts of little things. And a friend gave me some stencils, Jane did, so I've made use of those. And then I've just run in some blue ink into that and then dried it. It did bleed under the tape, but I've made use of that. Don't seem to be having much joy with tape at the moment. It's better off if it's sealed at the sides with gel medium. But I was just experimenting, so I wasn't really bothered. So I just thought, well, when I peel the tape off, even though it's bled, it's going to give it a bit of an effect around the tree, giving it a bit of distance. So, and then I put some other little trees in the distances, and then started to make them into little tiny landscapes, all different. And really enjoyed that part. Just going back in and just having fun, really. And then obviously I dried them all off, and then I peeled off the tape. And so it was great fun exercise. And then I did some splatters. I used white gesso for the splatters with a little bit of water. And then I went back in with a permanent marker and then cut them all up. And then tried them out, looking at them all, and then tried them out with little frames on it, to create different compositions. Not that these are going to be used for anything anyway, but they were just fun to do. It is Christmas, and it's nice to just do it as a Christmas tree. And it's made some nice little scenes there, so I was pleased with that. Enjoyable. So just popping some frames on now so you can see. I moved them around a little bit because I want to try out different areas. Didn't like the big frame around it because obviously with it being taped off there's a gap, and I don't like to see that. I like to see the picture go right up to the frame, so I think that's important and good learning. The paper ripped a little bit on the left hand side as well, and I took the tape off. That was annoying. But it just happens with the tapes, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And even though I used a warm hairdryer to peel it off, I like this one. I like the composition of this one. I like the look of the little tree on the right. And but I also like that composition there, so it gives it distance. So I really enjoyed that one. That's one of my favourites. This one was okay as well. Just got that little bit in the background, and you can see where the trees bled out underneath the tape, but because it was the pale colour that bled out and I dabbed it back, it makes it look like the tree's all fluffy, and it gives it a bit more of expression, really. Very happy accident, I might say. So don't worry if you're doing this and the tape does bleed underneath the tape. You can always make use of it as part of the picture. I quite like this one as well, although it was a little bit big for this frame. It wouldn't really fit in any position that I liked, really. I could have done with moving it across to the right and it being a bit taller frame. But still, great exercise, great fun, good learning. This is a pretty one, look. And see, if these was all sent to a printer now, they'd make gorgeous Christmas cards. So it's quite fun to have a go. So have a go. Enjoy. So this is what they look like close up. I added some gold paint in there, which gave it some nice light. Well, it was acrylic paint, the gold sort. So yeah, I think that sets it off lovely. So here's just some close-ups and some pictures. And you can see the scenery, and I love how the snow just falls over the top of that top middle blue one up the top there. Gorgeous. So yeah, great fun, have a go. So exploring Christmas trees and having fun. Okay then, bye for now, and have fun. Bye.